Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Trade Mastery Live for free with me, Simon Davis, also known as Zone Trader. We're going to go straight in and cover some price action, basic and advanced. So here we're on the daily on Great Britain USD, and I mentioned this in another live call and a few other videos that if the red is over the blue, if the 20 is over the 10, then it's going down, and if the 10 is over the 20, it's going up in price. And that's the 10 and 20 EMA on the daily. But what we're seeing at the minute on the daily, we know order blocks, breakers, and turtle soups. I've covered them in previous lives. This is a breaker on the daily. So are we going up? That's what you ask yourself. You've got to ask yourself, where's the market been? Where is it now? And where it may possibly be going. And that's the part which makes us money along the way, where it's possibly been going. There's a nice order block here on the daily. So if you drop down to lower time frames, seen an order block on the lower time frame, you could trade this. Again here, last order block, last up candle before the fast down move. Price came into it, multiple days, consolidated around that area and dropped 600 and odd pips. Okay, so there's an order block here, which we're inside of. So that's the daily. So we are in a downtrend, but because it's overtaken a breaker, then, and also it's in between a breaker and an order block at the minute. So it's kind of like stuck, if you know what I mean. It's like kind of has no direction at the minute on this time frame. So we would be selling all the way down here, but once this price gets broken, the daily order block gets broken, then we're looking for more. We're not really looking to sell anymore because it's above the breaker, you see. But there's not much clear information on the daily. What's on the weekly? We're inside of a weekly order, so that might be pushing price higher. So that gives an indication that we're looking to push price higher. Go to the 4 hour. There is a clean 8 hour order block here, and also it looks like it wants to fill in the space from here to here, which is a void fair value gap. It wants to do that. Thank you. Feel free to ask questions along the way, guys. So this is a daily order block. This may get respected. It may not even get touched. But first thing I'll be looking at if I was trading Great Britain USD was to reach for this order, because then it will fill in the gap from here to here. It'll fill in this order. This candle from a 8 hour order block. There's a shift in structure here on the 4 hour as well. Let's drop down to the hourly time frame. That's the 4 hour order block. It's already been respected. And inside of order blocks, you want to see that it's ran stops inside of an order block. So if you've got a run on stops on the hour here, and you're aiming for possibly this candle for the hour to fill in this fair value here, then if you drop down to lower time frame and find like a turtle soup on this lower time frame in this area here, which we'll see what we can see. So we'll drop down to the 5 minute time frame now, because as you're moving time frames from the hour to the 4 to the 1 to the 15 to 5, it's like you're zooming in on price. It's like you've got a microscope on price and you're zooming in on each candle. So the daily breaks into 4 hours, the daily candles, each daily candle breaks into 4-hour candles, and the 4-hour candles break into 4 to make hourly candles. Each time you go down at that time frame, you're zooming in on price and you're getting more of a read on the market. So if you're looking for this is the mirror trade. You would see a turtle soup here, and because you've got in turtle soup territory on the hour already, then you could enter a trade when price comes back into the range of the turtle soup to buy. Also, it's come back down to an order block, which is a nice entry as well. So it looks like price is drawing higher from here on out. Personally, I don't really trade Forex anymore. Been trading for 5 years now. I trade in NASDAQ because it moves a lot faster. And I believe it's a lot more predictable. So as you can see, we see a rally from here now, which is nice to see live, that it's respecting this order and continuing higher. There's a lot going on. I can't see what I'm doing because I've dropped down into so many time frames. I don't like to look at the charts like this with loads of boxes and stuff on. I like to keep it clean and clear, really. So we'll just go back and refresh a new chart. We don't need the daily lines anymore. So does anybody have any questions on that so far, or anybody have any questions in price action in general at all? Appreciate you joining us live. It's your time to have all your questions answered by someone who's been in the market for 5 years, trading price action. No? Okay. So we'll discuss what happened last week. If you know me on Instagram, then I post still images of this. Basically what happens in the market previous week. So on Fridays, I'll post what's happened this week to give people an idea of how to read the charts. So I can do this for you live now as well and talk over what's going on. So if you follow this down, then...
I cannot see anything.
Oh, sorry, guys. That's good. Okay. So from last week, I'll look into this price action and break it down for you guys with what's going on in my head as I'm breaking it down. So this on the hour. You can do this on any time frame, but it's clean on the hour. I always do it on the hour. It's for teaching purposes. So here we have a low. It got ran. So this is called a turtle soup or run on stops. Then if an order block fails, which it failed here, then it's called a breaker. So it's a break of structure. And it's best to see a close over the 1 hour break of structure, or any time frame you're looking at, really. But it's best to see a close because it's a stronger break of structure. Sometimes it can just wick break and then not become a break type of thing. Like for instance, well, that didn't, what was it? Not that one, sorry. This one here, this is a failed order block. Well, it is a failed order block, but it's a respected order block. It looked like it was going to turn into a breaker, but didn't close above. So therefore, it's not a breaker. It's an order block. But that's what I'm talking about. It's got to close over the breaker in order to be a strong breaker structure. That's why price continued down and it respected as an order block. So this one closed which gives you an indication that it's shifted structure, shifted direction from the downtrend to an uptrend. So we've got run on stops, breaker structure, and then fast moves away from last down candles. We know is order blocks, and these are stacking. So these are stacking for the week. And sometimes the previous day sets up the next day, and that's nice to see. We have no order block here. Sometimes it's a smaller candle that would have set up like this move, but we have a big move, probably news induced. We can still use this one to trade this candle, this setup here. Lingo is AMD, so we've got accumulation in Asia on Friday, manipulation into the order from Wednesday, and then distribution for the rest of Friday to try and take out Thursday's high or the week's high, and it didn't have enough power to get there, but then they did on Tuesday, and probably running even more highs over here on the higher time frame. You'd see that it's filling in fair value gaps and voids and things like that over this way. That's why it went so high up. Probably run this wick as well, just about. Maybe this would have been a target, but it didn't quite get down to it. Up to it. So go back to the hour. So this is an order block until it fails, and then it becomes a breaker. We haven't had a nice return to it yet. That's why I'm thinking that price is going to move higher to fill in the fair value and go to the order and fulfill the breaker as well. All the time as price is going up, every time a high is being taken, that's a break of structure. If you're going up, every time price is coming down, sweeping lows, that's run on stops or a total soup. Because some people call these both break of structure. Some people call that a break of structure and that a break of structure, but that's way confusing. You need specific language for if you're going up, it's got to be different, and if it's going down, it's got to be different. So it can't be the same, if you know what I mean. It can't be this is a break of structure and this is a break of structure because it's not, because it's going up. If it runs the stops below, or the structure below, as people say, it's actually the stops, it's turtle soup. And if it's going higher, when price is going higher, it runs the it breaks the structure. So so if you're selling, then down, if the price action at the top gets taken, that's a run on stops, not a break of structure. And then the break of structure is below market. So if you're selling break of structures below market, if you're buying break of structures above market. But things can swap and change, guys. They don't stay the same name. So this is a break of structure until it comes back into the range, breaks the breaker, then it's not a break of structure anymore. It changes its name. And this is what people won't be telling you. It changes its name and it turns into a run on stops. It turns into a total soup. I know there's a lot going on here, but there's a lot to learn in how to read price action the way it's moving, the way it ebbs and flows. So at the minute, this looks like a run on stops because we're aiming for higher targets. But if it fails to take out this high, well, it probably might sweep this high into this order. We didn't see that one. It could respect this order. And if it does and drops, then this is no longer a total soup, it's a break of structure. So it'll tell you what it wants to become. And then you've got to submit the time to wait for it to become that, if that makes sense. So an order block can be an order block or a breaker, and a run on stops can be a run on stops or a break of structure. So they swap and change names. I go into a lot of detail like this. Does anybody have any questions so far on this? Nope. Okay. what happened last week. Fast move away from up candle. This is what I'm talking about, guys. If this gets broken, then it's no longer an order block, it's a breaker. But it got respected, so it's an order block. If this got broken, the price went higher, then this area wouldn't be a break of structure, it would be a run on stops. Does that make sense? You just got to try and get your head around it, and it'll really help you in your trading development moving forward. The highs of every swing, you're marking off your order blocks. So there's an order block here, order block here. They are tricky when the price stays in for a while, but as long as the high is not taken, then you're looking for bearish signals to try and get in and sell. You can buy into order blocks off bullish order block. So you can buy into bearish order blocks from a bullish order block. Order blocks within order blocks. Order blocks is basically, it's a nice name for, it's just where they sell in up candles. So they're selling in this last up candle. That's why price comes down. So basically, it's not just one candle. People think it's just one candle, but it's not. It's actually a series of candles, because if the price didn't move away fast, then you couldn't call it an order block. So this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle make up the order block and identify the order block. Say for this candle, it's this one and this one. It's not just one candle, because one candle can't tell you anything. It's got to have other candles around it in order for it to be anything, if that makes sense. In order for it to be an order block, it's got to have other candles around it, which indicate that that is then an order block. So you're looking for this pattern. This is the order block. This is the fast move away that tells us this is an order block. Price comes back to it, drop down to lower time frames, see what you see, and try and trade a nice sell order from Thursday to Friday. Again, here everyone would have marked this off, unless you're seeing liquidity below market here. Everyone would have marked this off as an order block, but it didn't get respected. Turned breaker and was respected as a breaker here nicely to continue down from Friday through to Monday. There's a lot going on, but you learn a lot. What I've always said as well is price goes from break, it'll go like breaker, order block, order block, order block, and then breaker reversal. So this is a breaker, this is reverse is this small retracement. The breaker reverses the small retracement here. So you got a breaker, then it goes order block, order block. So this one is a failed order block to turn breaker, so then it pushes price down. I don't like these fast moving ones, so I'll delete this breaker, you know that now. Like that is an order block, but there's no space. I like to see space. So like distance between the order and the return. It's not too fast. So this one's not a very nice one, but it's still tradable, but not easy to see. This is I call it a POB, possible order block. See where price is from that. Almost hit it. Let's have a look. So possible order block didn't get respected for a few days, but did it get hit? It did. Got hit today. So you can go back days and days and days to find these respects of order blocks, and then we have a nice reaction from it. Not today, but yesterday, sorry. Have a nice reaction from it yesterday. So if it's coming from a possible order block, then more than likely this ain't going to hold. and don't try and look for a buy off it. It goes straight through it. That's good to see. So they put in the order days ago, a week and a bit ago, and it got respected yesterday. But as I was saying, back to the ebb and flow of the market, goes breaker, order block, order block, order block, breaker, order block. It'll reverse trend and go breaker, order block, until it gets like stopped. And I've been saying ping pong, but it's not. It's pinball. So pinball machine. So order blocks are like pinball machine flickers. So there's, imagine a pinball machine flicker. You got the ball and then the pinballs. The pinball flickers, and you flicker them to flick the ball back up into the pinball machine. It's just like that. So the market will go from like order block to order block, like a pinball machine, and if it respects the order block, it'll just stop it from going any further and then continue in a different direction. So we're going up, then we hit here, it respects this area and continues down. Wow, it's a mess. It's a lot going on, a lot to learn. So does anybody have any questions so far? If not, we're going to wrap up. It's a mini break of respect here. Hello?
I said it's clear.
Do you have a question?
No, I said it's clear. It's a matter of time before the market does what it does. But you just have to follow the rules.
Yeah, that's it. The market will tell you what it wants to do. And when it does, then you act. You don't act on impulses. Otherwise, you get burnt by the market all the time. So if you try to like sell this, but on the close thinking it's going to go further, and you don't see the order block here, you're going to get burned. So you can't act on impulses. You can't act on fast moves in the market, just impulsing you to buy and sell. You've got to react to the market with what it gives you, not before it gives you any information. So you've got to act on what it gives you. You can do all this on the lower time frames as well, and it works well on the lower time frames because price is fractal. Whatever happens on one time frame will happen on every time frame. Well, cheers for joining us live, guys. Appreciate it. If you're not on live calls, you join the Discord group, and you can come on the live calls, and I'll answer any question you have to help you in your trading journey moving forward.
Thank you, Simon.
All right, you're welcome. No problem.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
As I always leave it, stay patient, stay disciplined, follow your rules, and always, always, always manage your risk, or you'll never make it in trading. So remember those 4 inner traits. Stay patient, disciplined, follow your rules. First, have rules, solid rules. And if you don't have solid rules, make them solid and manage your risk. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Bye for now.